Finally got the kids to go to sleep. They were so crazy today, like seriously, so crazy. But overall it was a pretty good day. So there's Joshua. And Megwin. So I'm in my craft room. Reading some of the library books we got. And this one is the one we're currently reading, The Magic Thief by Sarah Prinius. Pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, we read up through chapter 3. You can tell because I'm losing my voice from reading out loud that much. There's my tree. So I'm going to sit here, maybe knit a couple of hexie puffs before I go up and get ready for bed because I'm really tired and my eyes are super, super dry. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning. So it is day 2. Yesterday we cleaned the bathroom, Megwin and I did, and so yeah, now I can actually show you my Christmas tree shirt. So it says, "Oh, chemistry" on the bottom, and it's all elements from the periodic table. These are Bunsen burners, and this is the atomic symbol. I think it's hilarious. I love a good pun. So anyway, I'm getting ready to go downstairs and have some coffee. Josh is telling Megwin a story about his D&D adventure last night. So yeah. Oh, now I can see. That's always good. So there's my clean bathroom. The counter is so clean. Anyway, let's go. Hey guys, so I'm getting ready to work on sewing a dress for Megwin. She has a choir concert for Christmas in her school, and she asked me to make her a fancy dress. So I am going to make a pattern that I now don't see where I put it. Let's go find it. Probably on my desk. So I measured her for sizing on it this morning, and of course, because she's tiny, yeah, there it is. It says that she would be size 40 according to her waist measurement, but it says that this should be comparable to ready-to-wear clothes, and the size you typically purchase in store is the size we recommend you choose. And as far as the length goes, the 7/8 is the one I want to do. So I'm just going to assume there's going to be some ease in it. So this is the pattern. It's a violet field threads pattern. It's called Adele. So you can see it has ruffles on the back, and otherwise it's just a plain jersey dress. So here's the schematic. So I'm just going to go with the 7/8. It's probably going to be really loose in the body, but the length will be kind of knee length, which will be nice. And pretty much according to the photo there. And then if she can wear it for, 2 years, great. So I'm going to draft the pattern first because I'd like to be able to make the final size on it too once she gets a little bit bigger. So it goes up to a 9/10. So I don't want to cut my pattern pieces. It was actually a little bit of a pricey pattern. And this is the fabric I'm going to use. So it is jersey fabric that I bought at Joann's when my mom was here. It has a bit of a faux velvet finish to it. I think it's going to be so pretty. My idea was to knit a little shrug out of some alpaca mohair yarn that I have from Knit Picks, but I'm not going to have time. Like, this thing is, I think, on the 11th or 12th. So I'll be lucky if I just get the dress finished. It looks pretty straightforward. It's not very many pieces. It's just, you know, the front and the back, 2 sleeves, and then the 3 ruffles. So it's very similar to the Coco dress that way, other than the ruffles on the butt. So I'm going to draft my pattern first, and then I'm going straight to my material. I don't really have time to make a muslin. I might regret that. We'll see. She did say that she wanted to have some black lace, like on the collar. I don't have any black lace, so I probably will go and sew that on after the fact. I'll make a collar with this stuff and then kind of sew that on as some trim at the very end. And I think that'll be okay as long as sorry, there's a squirrel that ran across our driveway. As long as I do neat top stitching, I think that'll be fine. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. Okay, so I have all of my pieces traced, and luckily I had a second roll of Swedish tracing paper because I ran out of the first one. I thought I could fit the two ruffle pieces side by side, but they were just a little bit too big, so I had to kind of put them next to each other. I try to preserve it as much as I can because it, you know, it's not inexpensive. It's cheaper than buying a lot of patterns, but, you know, if I don't have to waste a bunch of extra scrap, I don't want to do that. So, just talking about a little bit about my tools for those of you who care. I just have a clear quilting ruler, I think this is, but it's an 18-inch ruler. And then I've got a French ruler. I believe that's what it's called. For doing curves. So those are the two things I use for tracing. I just use a Sharpie. As you could see, I pin everything down to my blocking mats. So I use blocking mats, and if I can't see the pattern, which there was one little part where the printing was not very dark, I put like a couple pieces of paper underneath of it, and that helps me be able to see. But then I can pin my pattern down and my Swedish tracing paper down in place so I can trace and it's not slipping all over. I prefer that to pattern weights because then I know they're not going to move around. So I'm going to cut out the pieces now, and then I will start laying out my fabric and cut that as well. I don't think I'm going to get more than that done before the kids are home, but honestly, that's the part that I need to get done while they're not here because it has to all happen on the floor. And usually if I have stuff laying out, Joshua is like jumping back and forth over it, or he's really interested, so he's coming and moving things around or trying to fix my fabric, which then wrinkles it and I have to keep adjusting it. So that's what I wanted to get done while they're at the gym. They're also going to the grocery, so I have a little bit more time than I normally would to get that done. I don't think I'm going to do Joshua's pajamas this morning because, oh my God, I can't do too much floor stuff. It's not that I'm out of shape. It doesn't hurt me, but it's just tiring to climb all over the place like a monkey and try to lean over and keep things straight and hold my body weight off of stuff. It's a good workout. So this so far has taken me about 25-30 minutes. I'm going to speed it up so that you guys will see it fast. But that's roughly how long it took me to trace everything. So now I'm going to cut stuff out, and then I will be back to show my fabric pinning process and cutting out. And then, yeah, all the sewing I'll probably do while the kids are actually here with me. So, yep, see you soon. So I'm having a little snack before I start going and pinning my fabric. I got all the pieces cut out of the tracing paper, and so I am having some David's Tea Candy Cane Crush, which is like my favorite holiday tea of David's Tea. So it has pieces of candy cane in it, as one would think with the name, and white chocolate chips, and also little like snowflake sprinkles. So it is very festive and fun, and I am gonna have it in my Sock Monkey mug because he makes an appearance every year. Really, I never stop drinking out of him. He's an all-season mug. And also, because the children aren't here, I am going to have some JoJo's. I keep them hidden up in a cabinet above the refrigerator. They don't know they're there, and I can't wait for Candy Cane JoJo's, which should be soon. Actually, they're already out, but Josh forgot to get me a box, which he apologized profusely for. Anyway, so I'm gonna have 2 JoJo's and drink my Candy Cane Crush tea and go and lay out some fabric and get things moving because I'm running out of time. I also think I copied something wrong on one of the instructions. So on one of the ruffles, I wrote to cut 2 on the fold, which doesn't make a lot of sense because all the other ones are only cut 1 on the fold. So I don't know why I would cut 2 on that particular one, and I think I probably just wrote it down wrong. So I'm gonna check that before I start cutting. The one thing I will say about the Violet Fields patterns is they don't have a full cutting layout. They show like individual pieces laid out. Now I don't know if that's because some of them have to be laid with the selvage in the middle. I think of that like a book, so you kind of fold the pages on either side of it and there's like the center spine, if you can imagine that with fabric, or if there's some other reason for it. But usually patterns give you a full layout of how you're going to lay all the pieces out on the fabric, and this one doesn't. It gives you separate pictures of them. So I don't know. I'm going to try to figure that out, and yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. I also thought I would share with you guys the little stream that we have. So it's a runoff creek, and Josh actually cleaned it out, so it's running properly now. So you can see like it cascades down in little waterfalls. It's been raining since last night. Try not to make you dizzy. I love it. It's so fun. And in the summertime, we have found quite a few frogs on our property, which makes me really happy. That means that it's a nice, healthy habitat. So you can see that little creek there. And then this, in our front yard, we've got it staked out, but we're gonna plant fruit trees there in the spring. So we haven't decided yet all of the trees. I think we're probably gonna go with something that is not an apple right now, because you need 2 different apples. They don't self-pollinate, so you need 2 varietals, and then you have to make sure that they are flowering at the same time. So it's just a little more research, and we're not ready to do that. And plus we have a couple of orchards that are very, very close, so we can go and pick apples there for a very reasonable price. So I think we're going to focus on probably cherry tree, maybe, nectarine, and I don't know what else. And then we'll put some bushes in as well. So, oh, and a nitrogen fixing tree. And probably some blueberry and raspberry bushes. And then we'll see where it goes from there. So I have all my pieces now. So I have all my pieces laid out now to cut, and I've already cut the dress part, so the bodice for the back, and then the front is a full piece, and I didn't realize it's fully lined, so yeah, that's even more fabric. Good thing I bought a lot of extra fabric for this. So I'm going to cut out all the dress ruffle parts for the back, the sleeves, and the collar, and then I will be ready to get started sewing. So here's all my pieces. I'm using my very nice Ginger scissors. I treated myself to these, I think last year around Vlogmas time. And this fabric is crazy slippery. However, my rotary cutter is pretty dull right now, so I am not going to use it. So I'm just trying to lift it up as little as I can. I know that this is not ideal to cut with scissors. Really, it's better to do this with a rotary cutter, especially this super slippery jersey fabric, but, you know, ni modo. So yeah, I'm just going to finish this up. And then I will start working on sewing. They called me and said that they're at Whole Foods. Megwin actually got in trouble at the gym. She broke something when they were trying to set up for a game and she wasn't listening. And so she got her last warning before she's not allowed to go back to the gym anymore, which kind of sucks. So we've got to figure out that plan. We're pretty disappointed. So, anyway, fun parent life. Yeah, good times.
This is the fabric that my mom's doing the dress out of. See the rose fabric right there? The black rose fabric. This is her sewing machine.
Thank you, Joshua.
She's almost done. This is my mom.
No, you cannot. You can't have trick-or-treat candy.
And she's making me a dress for chorus at my school for the concert.
Maybe, we'll see.
The winter concert. And also, that's my brother over there screaming his head off. Say hi! Say hi to everybody, Joshua.
Be nice.
Be nice for the video. Say hi! Hi. Hi. Where's my desk? This is me. This is my mom's. These are my mom's plants. This is our Christmas tree. Beautiful, right? And you see that wood members right there? Well, I'm gonna turn it on and see if you look really close. You can see the woolly mammoth is glowing. Oh my god. But my mom's doing a good job. So she's sewing a dress, and this is the pattern. As you can see, she's not using the exact fabric. Out of motion. And see the little puffs on the butt? She's making that. But instead of making the puffy collar, instead of making the fancy collar, she's going to put black lace there. And I'm going to wear black tights. These black tights and black slip-on shoes with this dress.
So here's what I've got done on the dress today.
It's really pretty.
So the front is done. Can you turn it over for me, Megwin, so they can see the back? So the sleeves are on, the front is done, the back is done. Lay it down.
And I have butt ruffles.
Butt ruffles. Yeah.
That's what we call them.
Yeah, so there's one more ruffle to do.
One.
And what it does is it goes on here and then it folds over top.
Tell them about the chorus.
So it'll actually be 2 ruffles.
Tell them about the chorus.
I will once I'm done telling them about the dress. So we'll actually make 2 ruffles. So there'll be one here and then there'll be a really small one on the top that's folded over so it hides the seam. I will say the sizing on this pattern is not what it says on the package. So it said that this would be a 23-inch waist, and Megwin's is 21-inch waist, and this just fits her. So, I mean, it's not tight, but it's definitely not loose. It doesn't have 2 inches of ease in it. So just bear that in mind if you choose to make it, and hopefully we'll have it done tomorrow and we can do a little fashion show, right, Megs? Yep. Megwin's going to wear it to her choir concert with some black tights, and we're going to get her some shiny black shoes. Yep, she has...
Slip-ons.
Sorry, I guess black leggings. Yeah, and some black shiny slip-ons.
So this.
Yep, that.
Black shiny slip-ons.
And black shiny
Probably
slip-ons.
with bows.
Maybe we can try to get a headband with a rose on it. That would be cute. Right?
And I'm going to wear this at the concert.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sing
at the concert.
all the Christmas chorals I've been practicing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fun.
It's going to be fun.
And I will actually sing one for the podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty long one. It's called When Christmas Comes to Town.
Okay, how about you wait and you can sing it when you have the dress on?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, bye guys.
Bye!
We're gonna put the 2 videos together. Don't worry.
Yep.